Hello, and welcome to this blog review. We will be taking a look at rayhigdon.com. Now, this is one of the best looking blogs I have come across and one of the highest converting blogs that I've ever seen. And what that means is he gets a lot of traffic based off of his blogging, but even more so, he gets a lot of subscribers and customers based off of his layout, the look, and the effectiveness of his website here. And I'm going to tell you some of the things that I know are working specifically for Ray. And what he is, he's a network marketing trainer and coach. He helps people, as you can see in there at the very top there, helps people recruit more reps, get more leads, and become top earners in their company. That's what his service offers and what he blogs about. Now, some of the things that I know are extremely effective is having a powerful lead magnet that is specific to his market. If I wasn't someone looking to get more leads online or build a network marketing company or generate more sales online or or offline, I wouldn't fill this out. So he's very going after a very specific type of person, which I highly recommend that you do. Don't just create a lead magnet that you think everyone is going to want to take a look at and download. You really want to narrow it down to what is the exact thing that someone who comes to my website is going to want. Who is that person? What will they want? Design a magnet for them, and you will be amazed at the hundreds, if not thousands, of people that come and want exactly what it is that you've specifically designed for them. So I like that he's narrowed it down to a very specific a thing for people. Now, another thing is right at the very top of his website, it has exactly what he does. So you're not going to be confused. You're not coming to rayhigdon.com and wondering, what am I finding here? What is this about? Who is this guy? What can he do? You know very clearly what he's about, who he's looking for, who he's looking to help. So it's very specific, very clear. I like that. It's very good to have. And he's got his picture there, which is great to have. It's not a bad idea if you have a good professional headshot photograph of yourself smiling, looking happy, not a dog, not anything else, just you. Definitely share that, use that, especially if your domain is your name. You want to use that. If your domain is your name, go ahead and show a picture of yourself so people know who you are and can get familiar with your face and see who they're dealing with. Now, if you're a brand and you have a logo, that's different. If you have a logo, you can start branding that logo. Or if you're a brand that and you're a person behind that brand, use your picture, but use discretion. We'll go over different blog reviews here. You'll see some different things, but it's extremely powerful if you have a picture of yourself and you include that on your website at the very top of the front page. Now, when I first came to this page, he had a video here that plays immediately. It plays without me having to push play, which I'm a fan of. I think that's an effective strategy to use. When you get to the website, some people, if it doesn't play automatically, will just scroll through and take a look and not really get to know Ray and know what he's about. If you have a video that plays automatically, they're kind of forced to have to get to know you and know what you're about, unless they click stop. But usually, if your first one or two lines are strong, which I'm sure Ray's are, you're going to listen to the whole video. If your first line is weak, most likely people will stop the video and just take a look around. So if you do have a video on your front page, which I do recommend as well, simply because video is very powerful. It ignites something inside of people intrinsically that nothing else will. Words can't do. It gives them a way of hearing your voice, seeing your eyes, seeing your mannerism, and getting to know you and feeling like that person is speaking to them. So if you do have a video, I suggest you make it as professional as possible. At least a clear picture is really what you want more than anything. And you speaking to the camera and speaking to the people who are coming to your website. I suggest you have it play automatically if it's on the very front page. If it's within your blog, within your content, I would not have it play right away, because once people click on your blog, they're probably going to want to read what your content is, and then if you have a video in that blog, they can click play to get an overview or to get additional information. But on the front page, when they first land on your website, if you have a video and you play it right away, that's incredibly powerful. Now, as you can see here, he makes it very easy to opt into his list and become a subscriber to him by just entering your name and email address and get your free download just like that. And what you'll see, which I'm going to show you in a minute, is when you go into his blog, he have this same lead magnet, but he has it set up a little bit differently, and I'll tell you why he did that. That's a very strong thing. But full disclosure, I'm a huge fan of Ray Higdon. I actually learned a lot about blogging and the power of blogging through one of his courses. Now he's been doing it for years. He's a very well known throughout the industry of network marketing and what he does. He works with some of the top leaders that I work with as well, and I know his work very well. So I'm a huge fan, and I appreciate his work and all that he's done. So I wanted to review his blog to kind of let you know a little bit about how a very high converting blog looks and is laid out. And keep in mind, you can create a blog just like this in WordPress with certain plugins, certain designs, certain themes. You can do the exact same thing. So this is not something that's out of the ordinary. This isn't a blog he threw up overnight. In a minute, I'm going to go back and show you his very first blog post. Ray did not start out at this level of professionalism. It takes years to get to this point when you have so much content to offer, but you can't get there unless you start. You got to take the first step. So I'll show you what his first step was, and you're seeing the final product here. So incredible front page, very powerful, looks good, and this is different. There's two different ways you can set your blog up. You can set your blog up to where when they come to your website .com, you go straight to your blog. It goes straight to your content. You can start sharing, having the posts right on the front page, and that's fine. Once you get more established, or if you already have a product, a service, or testimonials that you can share with people, you can set your blog up to have the front page be like a welcome mat. It can be welcoming people to your website. It can share a little bit about you and the different services or offers that you have. And it can also have some testimonials, as you can see Ray has here, in video format and words as well, with pictures of the people, some of the most powerful people in network marketing have given testimonials to Ray. And the best way to get testimonials is to ask. A lot of people wonder, how do you get testimonials? What do I got to do? Really, it's once you've connected with a person in your marketplace that you've provided a service to, ask for a testimonial, or ask them for a review. Ask for it, or go and find what people are saying about you and copy and paste it into your website. It's a very powerful thing to show people that other people have had success with you. It's what Robert Cialdini in his book Influence calls social proof. It shows that other people are doing it and are getting success. Why don't you do it as well? You might have the same success. So it's a very powerful thing using testimonials, especially on the front page. Now, keep this in mind as well. Your front page is something that most people are not ever going to see unless they want to learn more about you. They're not going to go to rayhigdon.com. They're most likely going to see his blogs show up in search engine results page for whichever phrase they typed in. Let's say they're saying how to recruit strangers. They Google that term. His blog post is going to pop up. They're going to click on his blog post, and they're going to be taken directly to a blog post, and they're going to read that post. They're not going to see this front page unless they go, let me go back to the front page and take a look at what that is. So your front page it is important, but don't spend 6 months designing your front page before you launch your site. You know what I mean? Take some time, make sure it looks good, has everything you want on there, but get into the content, get into your blog, because this page is probably never going to show up in a search engine. It's only when people directly go to this page that they're going to see it. Most people are only going to see his blog posts. So this is incredibly laid out, super clean, easy to navigate, no craziness going on the page, no crazy animations, nothing's going to slow down the site, nothing's going to interrupt my experience at all. It's just all about Ray, letting me know who he is, what he does, what people have experienced with him, and some strong testimonials. And if I'm looking for anything specific based off of what he offers, some courses, Mobile Learning University. This is where he has a podcast that he talks about. This is a little bit of credibility. He's got a book on Amazon on how to recruit 5+ reps per month. A top earner recruiting series. Looks like it's a product that he offers, and he has a little bit of giving you some information on why working from home, is a good idea. So I really like this page. Let's go ahead and look at the Work With Me page. As you see, this page is opening in a new window. I'm a fan of that. The only thing is, I would say a little bit of criticism is when you get on your side. I like websites opening
Hey
in a
there, if
new
you're watching
page
this video, I
if
just got
it's
a few quick questions
if it
for you.
plays
Number one,
automatically, which I like. Now, on your side, if you have websites opening in a new page, I really only like to see that happen when you're taking them to an external website. If it's within your website, I'm a fan of it opening in the same window, in the same page, because it doesn't open up a bunch of tabs at the top of your screen. It doesn't clutter up people's browsers, and they load pretty fast. But if you're taking someone away from your website through a link, then have it open in a new page so that you can keep them on your site as long as possible. But I think that Ray did this because on this Work With Me page, he really has no other place to go. You can't go to his blog from here. You can't go back to anywhere from here. It's really either you're gonna enter information to work with him or you're gonna leave. There's really no other thing to do. So I like that he did keep this original page in the background and open this in a new page because of that reason. So if you're in that situation as well, you have a Work With Me tab or a tab on your page that you only want them to take an action on. You don't want them to navigate anywhere else on, similar to how you would use a capture page or a splash page, where you really just give them very little option. Either you're going to give me your information, you're going to subscribe to my list, you're going to buy my product, you're going to contact me, or you're going to leave. Then have it open in a new page, and that's not a bad idea because there's no distractions. I'm not seeing blog, I'm not seeing anything other than exactly what he does. Now, one thing I'll tell you about the Work With Me page or the About Me page or the contact, not a contact us page, but just a Work With Me or an About Me page, that most people make the mistake of doing, which Ray didn't do, is they use the word I a whole lot. Ray says it in a way that says, I'm looking for more dream clients, for a few more dream clients, letting him know exactly what he's doing. But that's all that he says about him. That's it. Most pages that say about me or work with me are, you're going to see the word I 100 times. I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, I've traveled here, I've sold this, I've worked here, I went to school here, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this. That's really not what gets people excited. They want to know what you're going to do for them. So here, we help network marketing leaders grow their team. If you are a go-getter and just need help, enter your information, not if I can help you, if you want me to help you, if me, I. None of that. People do not respond to I. Their most important person in their world is them. So on your About Me page, your Work With Me page, I know it sounds contradictory because it's about me. Make it about them. Make it about them. You can use a little bit of I did this, I'm looking for this, but you want to outweigh the I's with yous or we's or you can, we will. Things like that are going to help people understand what they're going to get from you without specifically talking about yourself. Now, another testimonial, very powerful thing to have. So I like the Work With Me page. Another video, he probably talks about some of the things that he can do for you, some of the things that you might be wanting to do, clarifies exactly who he's looking to work with and what type of person should be in contact with him and what you might be wanting to get done. So a very powerful Work With Me, / About Me page. I like it. So from here, we're going to go into his blog and take a look at the layout of his blogs. So this is what I was saying. Sometimes if you're new, which is completely fine, my blog, for example, georgeazide.com, doesn't have this fancy schmancy front page that has the video and the lead magnet and all this stuff, because I didn't have all these things when I first launched my site, and now that I do have a little bit more that I can offer, I haven't gone back and changed it. But I started by just taking people to the content on my page, taking them directly to the blog, which I'm going to show you here now. So the his blog layout very nice. This is not bad. Like I said, this can be your front page if you don't have much to offer outside of your blogging and what you're talking about. You can start with just having a blog on your front page. That's You'll see a lot of websites like that. Now, let's go into one of his blog posts. And oh, so you see here the lead magnet. See how it's changed from having the name and email address to having a box where you have to click to actually open a new window. And here you're going to enter in your name and email address on this page. I love that. The reason being, you can track it. You can track how many people are seeing this page and actually entering in their information. If you start seeing that you're getting a lot of people click on this link and see this page, but you're not getting very many leads, that means you may need to change this page. You need to update it and make it a little more attractive, make it look better. If you had that same thing on this right here, then hundreds of people could be coming to your blog or this blog every single day, and the new ones might be entering in the information because they want to get it, but you can't track to see how many people have already seen this and are giving me their information versus how many people are seeing this for the first time. Does that make sense? If you have the name and email address right here, and I've been to this website hundreds of times, it's going to show 100 times this has shown on my screen, but it's only been entered in by me once. So it's going to look like it's only converted 1% or half of a percent or less, when it actually might be converting extremely high. So having me have it have, and I'm not going to click on this to look at that next page if I've already entered in my information and gotten the lead. So he's getting a true tracking ability by having this as a basically an advertisement for his free download. You click it, takes you to the next page. He can then track how many times that page with that form has been viewed and see how many people have entered in their information, so he can know how it's converting. He couldn't do that if he had the name and email address listed right here. So that's extremely powerful. So share buttons, I like share buttons at the bottom. That's just me. He has them at the bottom and at the top as well. That's just my particular take on share buttons. At the top I'm not gonna knock Ray for putting him at the top because he gets a lot of shares. Again, this is a little bit of that social proof showing you that there's a lot of activity on his blog. 160 shares for content that he probably put out in the last couple days is powerful. So I'm not going to knock that. But if you're new, you don't have very many shares, I wouldn't put this at the very top. I would put this at the very bottom, or maybe on the side here, based off of how you want to set your blog up. So looking at the content, I like his image. He's got his logo on the image. That's a nice touch, nice picture. It actually is in line with the content on his blog. I see that he starts off with a question, which is a very powerful thing to do with your blog, looking for people, because you want to answer questions with your blog. You want to share information, but you want to make sure it's information that people are looking for. So if you can think of a question related to this content you're sharing, definitely put that in your blog at the very beginning to offer people, hey, are you looking for this? Do you have this? Are you needing this? Then he has a little bit of a promotion for what he does down here. I'm indifferent when it comes to that. If you're offering things, usually when someone comes into a blog and they're looking for content, they want the content right away. I might put this at the very bottom, but that's just me. Now, dealing with lazy teammates, he has the content right here. Very good. Only thing I would say is I would add a few more images. That's just me. I would break this up a little bit with a few more graphics to make it look a little more appealing. But he has a lot of images on the side, so I can see why he wouldn't put more images into his blog. Maybe it would be a little too distracting. Going down, and then he has other links to other pages within his website related to this same topic, dealing with lazy teammates, how to build your marketing team despite your upline, demanding network marketing. So it's really nicely put together as far as mapping. That's one thing you want to do. If you have a lot of different pages related to the same topic but different parts of the same topic, you can intertwine them and link to each one within the post. And as you blog, you'll learn more about that and the power that that has. And then he has video. And like I said, video really is extremely powerful. It just touches people in a way that simple words won't. And some people are visual creatures. They won't read, but they'll watch a video. So having a video, even if it's just a recap of your content, that's fine. Or even if you have a lead in where you, let's say you have 6 tips on how to do this or 6 tips on this, you can give 3 tips in the content and then say, check out the video below for the rest of the tips. And in the video, give the additional 3 tips. You can use video in a lot of different creative ways. Personally, I use it in a way that I'm either giving people the same information that they had up here, maybe a little bit extra because I'm speaking, so I can maybe give a little bit more, or I'm using video in a way to share something that is outside of the article. Something extra they may want to. I may be sharing a promotion or an offer that they may not know about that I want to talk about. So video strong. And then down here you see he got his picture again, very relatable, good professional headshot, great picture. Then he's got some contact information. This takes you back to the blog. This is just for linking. He has a lot of links in his blog. You can email him on this page, follow him on Periscope, and then he has a call to action. Check out my Work With Me tab. That's great. Also, this call to action. Did this help you? If so, I would greatly appreciate it. Guys, I'm telling you, check this website out. Take a look at it. You're going to see a lot of things here that are great. If you can replicate this, then you're doing good. At least in not the design, but in the functionality, the effectiveness of how he lays out the website and how simple it is. You're gonna win. Now, comments. Those are very powerful. Google loves comments, so that's one of the reasons our achievement membership, if you haven't looked at that, is so powerful. You're going to get comments every single day from our members just for being in there, which are going to help you with your Google ranking and help you show up more in all search engines. And now, as you see in his sidebar here, he's still kind of advertising himself in the sense of testimonials from different people. Not bad. You know what? Anything you can put in your sidebar that you think would help, I would do, simply because the sidebar is really just extra space. A lot of times you'll have just white space down there. If you can fill it in with different things, fill it in. If you can think of anything to add in there, add it in there. An events calendar, very good. Featured posts, some of the more popular posts on his blog, you can have those. And then his Periscope button there, and I'm sure that opens in a new window. I almost guarantee it. Now, again, this is one of the more advanced, I'd say, blogs. It's been around for a long time in this industry. He's really narrowed down his market, knows exactly how to relate and speak to his audience. I suggest that you follow along with that blueprint and try to relate to your audience and learn exactly what they want. But don't get discouraged, because I bet right now, when you're starting your blogging efforts, you don't have nearly this amount of content, this amount of ability to get comments, this amount of insights, even maybe the ability to make a video. You may not have all that right now. So how do you avoid discouragement? I'm going to give you a little bit extra tip here. Go to whichever blog in your industry that you are wanting to emulate, or you're wanting to add on to, you're wanting to add value. Go find a blog in your industry that's similar to what you're doing right now, and go to the blog, as I'm doing here. I'm going to do it with Ray Higdon. Go down to the very bottom, go to the very last page. He has 185 pages of blogging. So that should tell you 2 things. He's been blogging for a while, quite some time. Okay, he's not new at this. So that tells you that what you just saw, his latest blog, is the culmination of years of blogging. And number 2, it should tell you blogging works. There's no reason that this gentleman, Ray Higdon, would have been blogging for the last X number of years and still be blogging today if it wasn't working. And I'll tell you right now, he is a multi-million dollar earner. This blog, on average, will make him $4,000 to $5,000 a day. I know that as a fact. So if it didn't work, he wouldn't be doing it. This blog has been around for a long time. He makes it's over a million, worth over $1 million. Makes a lot annually. Makes over it's $1 million blog. So let's go back to his very first page, his very first blog. Okay, as you can see, just scanning through some of these headlines, he wasn't even blogging about network marketing. Foreclosure site. Every real estate person should know. Are you facing foreclosure? These are he pivoted. So this is another insight that you can learn. I've learned from because I've done it as well. I've pivoted a few times, and a pivot means you start off offering one thing. You start off blogging about something that you're excited about. Don't be scared to change. If you start noticing, the worst thing you can do, it's there's what is it? It's there's a loss that comes with staying in a bad thing for too long. It's you can cut your losses once you start finding out that you have a different market or your marketplace wants something else or you can offer something better. Pivot, make that change. Don't hang on to something simply because you think it's gonna work. You think it's what people want. You think it's the best. Listen to what's happening. Listen to your life. See what you're doing. See what's happening within your situation and pivot if you need to. Don't be scared to do it. You're going to cost yourself more money staying in a sinking ship, sitting there paddling, trying to stay afloat, than you would jumping out into a life raft and building a new boat. Go ahead and do that. Don't worry about getting changing your target market. Okay, worry about staying in something that's not working. So apparently, what he was doing with real estate wasn't something that was getting a lot of traction. It wasn't something that he was passionate about or something that he wanted to continue doing. And he pivoted, and now network marketing is where he has found his passion. His most effectiveness comes through helping network marketers do what he does, and it's been working, extremely well for him. Like I said, this blog earns him over $1 million a year. How would you like to have a blog that makes you $5,000, $4,000 a day on autopilot? All you have to do is create new content and you're going to make thousands of dollars a day. So obviously his pivot was a very good idea. Don't give up on something too soon, but don't stick with something that's not working for too long. Okay, now we're going to go back and look real quick at his first blog post. Who is Ray Higdon? Great first blog post. Just to be honest, if you're brand new to the industry, make a blog. So as you can see, big time difference here. First off, 11 shares. Okay, that's probably more than you might be getting right now, and that's completely fine. His very first blog post, this multi-million dollar earning blogger, Ray Higdon, his very first post, 11 shares, one paragraph, maybe 5 sentences. That was it. And today he has a blog where he's promoting events, he has links to other content he's written, he's got videos, he has testimonials, he has a call to action, he's got a signature line, he has a PS line. It's this should just tell you that when you first get started. So these people came back and so 2013 is when he started. I think so. It's 2000. So 2013, yeah. So people came back and they look at that first blog post. This should tell you that when you start, it's not about how you start. It's about just starting, just doing it when you start. For the fact that he got hit the ground running and just started is what you should focus on, because this is not something that I'm sure he's proud about being a blog post that he's like, this is a powerful blog, look at what I've done. Your first blog post will most likely be 10 times better than this. You're light years ahead already. So don't be frustrated, don't be discouraged when you see his latest blog post and see all that stuff on there thinking, man, I can't do that, why would I even try? This is where he was when he first started. So do that same thing with any blog that you are in admiration of. Go and try to look at their very first post. If you're suffering from that comparitis, where you feel like you're comparing yourself to other people, which you shouldn't do, but we all do it, let's be honest. If you do it, make sure you're not comparing your first chapter to their 30th chapter, to their last chapter. Don't compare your first step to their, 50th marathon that they're in. That your first step and his first step right here are, you know, you're going to be light years ahead, especially if you've gone through all the training on this side in particular and learned exactly how to set your blog up, how to create content, how to get traffic, and how to join and how to get more engagement with the tactics I've taught you. And even better, if you join the achievement community, then you're off to the ground running. You have a lot more. You have a lot more going for you right now. So great blog. I'm excited for you to take a look at your blog, and I will see you on the next review.